Hello, pay attention. If you've ever said that, you know, pay attention, and your kid said, I am, while their eyes stayed glued to anything but you, right? You know the feeling. They may have heard you, but you didn't feel heard because it's possible to get the information across and still feel brushed off. And as a parent, that moment can hit deeper than we want to admit. Not because we need to be worshiped or go on some kind of power trip, but because we're trying to connect. So here is the question that changes this whole conversation. What if the real issue isn't listening, but what attention means in your home? Because your child is always paying attention to something. The question is, what are they paying for and what are they protecting? Because attention is never neutral. They're always paying into something with their attention. So we got love versus chore. See, most kids learn one of these two stories over time. Attention is love, or attention is a chore I do so people stop talking to me. Same behavior, completely different hearts. So picture this normal scene. You say your child's name and start giving instructions, and they answer, oh, yeah, without looking up. And you keep talking, and they keep scrolling or playing, and 2 minutes later they ask, wait, what? Now you're irritated. They're defensive, and the room gets tense. So here's the question. Did they miss the instructions, or did we miss the moment to train the heart? Or was it both? So we got bridge versus wall. Listen, attention is either a bridge or a wall. When a child gives real attention, it builds a bridge from your words to their heart. And when they half listen, it's like the bridge is up and a wall is down, and wisdom doesn't travel well through walls. See, James 1:19 says, know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear and slow to speak, slow to anger. So you see, quick to hear is not just a personality trait, it's a love posture. If attention becomes a chore over time, then it trains survival listening. And people feel like interruptions. Relationships can start to feel annoying. But on the other hand, if attention becomes love over time, it trains presence. Trust grows, conflict shrinks, wisdom lands because the bridge is there. So a lot of us, we try to fix attention problems by escalating. We repeat ourselves, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. We add consequences. We push for eye contact, like it's a switch or something. Yes, that might get a quick glance, but it doesn't rebuild the bridge. It just teaches them how to endure the moment. So here is the HeartTalks method. First, we got pause. So keep your standard, but lower your intensity and breathe. Remind yourself what matters, what's the goal. The goal's connection first. Wisdom comes second. So lower the heat so that you can lead well. So next, we got root question. So this is where you are seeking to uncover what's underneath the half listening. You might say, what are you focused on right now? Are you trying to stay comfortable? What is it? Is it hard for you to stop because you're in the middle of something, right? You're seeking to understand them. And heads up, at first, you might not get great answers, okay? You might get a lot of I don't knows or something silly or even a shrug. Like, what? Especially if you're doing it for the first time or you don't do it very often. But that's okay because you're not interrogating them, you're training them. And over time, you're helping them switch on that thinking part of their brain so they start giving clearer, more honest answers. And that's a lifelong skill you're teaching your child, right? To discern what's going on in their own heart and mind and not just react in the moment, okay? So lastly, we got persuade. Now, persuade, this is where you help them see attention as love. This is where you seek to show them how paying attention can benefit them and bring joy and peace into their life, because that's what persuasion is. You're helping them find reasons they can believe in for themselves. So you might say something like, okay, so your attention is valuable because it helps us stay connected and understand each other. Okay, you might say, look at me for a second, okay? I want to love you well, and one of the ways I do that is by giving you my attention. So will you love me back the same way right now? I just need 10 seconds. So come on, lock in, rock with me. So pause, right? Root question, persuade. And remember, you want to persuade, not convince, right? Convince sounds like, do it now because I said so. Persuade sounds like, I want you to see why this matters and then choose it. Convincing can force a moment, but persuasion builds conviction. So imagine you're in one of those situations like we talked about earlier. You can tell you've got one of those, yeah moments happening, right? So you pause and you say calmly, hold on, I don't think we're connected right now. Then you ask, what are you locked in on? What are you paying attention to? And at first you might get, I don't know, nothing. Or the honest answer, I don't want to stop, I'm busy. And so that's where you can persuade instead of pressure. You say, I guess that makes sense, but let me ask you, do you think that what you're doing right now is more important than showing honor and respect to your parent? And look, you're not asking that in a condescending way, but just in a way that helps them to look inwardly at their own current convictions. What do they believe? You might ask, what do you think God would want you to do in this situation? Hey, remember what we talked about. Love listens. Then, after that, you can connect it to biblical wisdom in a simple, natural way. So when you can bring in that James 1:19 scripture and say, remember, love is quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. Right now, quick to listen looks like eyes and face for 10 seconds. And when they actually do it, even for 10 seconds, that's a small victory to be grateful for. So that's what Heart Talks is. It's short, simple conversations that connect behavior to the heart, then connects the heart to biblical wisdom. It's not a lecture, it's a real reset you can actually use. So if you want a simple structure to try even tonight, you can grab the free starter guide at theinnovativefamily.com/hearttalks. And if attention is a constant friction point, the Helping Kids Pay Attention guide goes deeper with practical language, habits you can practice, and repair phrases you can use immediately. So remember, you're not just raising kids who can follow instructions. You're forming kids who know how to love people with their presence. Attention is either a bridge or a wall. Train the bridge one small moment at a time. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.